Hello, happy new year and welcome to my channel and the first video of the year. Videos dwindled off a little towards the end of last year due to a problem I was having filming, so hopefully new phone and upgraded camera system, so fingers crossed get to film some more things this year. So I'm going to start off with a closer look at the journal that I've created with Eileen Hull's new releases. The Chapter One releases that she's done for Sizzix are absolutely fantastic, right up my street. And if you're a journal maker, junk journals, well, bookmaker in general, crafter in general, basically, these are definitely going to be a must. She's brought out the library card. Is it actually called a library card? Yeah, the library pocket. And it's art card and tabs. And we've been asking, as a team, Eileen's inspiration team, we've been asking her to create this for us for quite a while. So this is ours. This is what we all needed. See, the little library card and the pocket it sits into. And you've also got, if you can see on here, we have got the tabs as well. I do apologise for the light. It's a really miserable day. So that's one of the first releases. We've also been asking for an alphabet so that we can add things into our journals. So we've done this. We've done this. They're all we. We like to think we had a hand in designing it. But it's done as one plate. So all the alphabet and the numbers all cut out at once, and you've got both the positive and negative from that. And I will show you because they're all actually included in the journal that I've created. We've got an embossing folder, which is, I think it's called this tablecloth. It is, which, as you can tell, I love anything vintage, and I have a huge collection of vintage doilies, tablecloths and textiles in general, basically. So this is absolutely beautiful, and I know it's going to be really, really useful. And the die itself, this is a scoreboard plus, so it's an enormous die. So you will need the larger machine that takes A4, and it's fantastic. It opens out. I mean, you can configure it in any way that you like, but it's designed to open out. You've got a box style pocket inside, so it will take a notebook inside or anything you want to put in. There's a window pocket that you can use, and you can make your journal as big or as small as you want. You know, the spine's adaptable. You just move it along, as with all of Eileen's dies. And this one is called the Frame Pocket Journal. And again, I think it's going to be a huge hit. So I'm just going to pop these out of the way, and we'll have an avalanche later, I don't doubt, because we usually do, don't we? Nothing's changed. Just another year older. So this is my journal that I created. I've totally overstuffed it. I got a little bit carried away. I'm in sewing mode at the moment, so the Sizzix, the big dies, you can cut through anything. You can cut through leather, card, Sizzix mat board, but I like to cut through fabric. And as I'm in sewing mode, I wanted to make a journal, and I'm kind of relearning stitches I learnt when I was a little girl, and it's been quite nice because this has been kind of a practice piece for me. And it's got a little bit of all sorts on there. And the main thing this year, I'm trying not to buy anything, or at least try not to buy as much. I mean, we've hit hard times in the UK, so we are reusing. I think it's great to recycle. I love a good recycle, and to also go shopping in your own stash. It's amazing the things that you'll find that you've forgotten about. Just open a drawer, open a cupboard that you've not looked in for a while. Maybe you think, oh, not opening that, it's scary, I'll need to tidy it. Well, just go in, find. You'll be amazed what you find in there. So my journal, I've used lots of bits and pieces of fabrics that are left over from other projects, and I will put links to whose fabrics they are, you know, below. And I've just had fun. There's some hand stitching, there's machine stitching. I've been using scraps of lace that's from how do we put this? the waistbands of garments that are no longer needed because they've been replaced with new. And we've all got lots of buttons and threads and things in our stash, and sometimes I know I'm a hoarder of sari silks, sari ribbons, because they're just so beautiful. But no, I'm using everything this year. I'm going to stop looking at things, stop procrastinating, and it's the year of actually doing things this year. So keep me to it, make sure I stay on the ball. So yes, I started out, I wanted a nice big thick piece of canvas, and I recycled a canvas shopping bag that had a big advert on it. I've got lots of canvas shopping bags, and this one was surplus to requirements, so I washed it, unpicked it and ironed it. So I've now got a set of webbing straps to use on something. The side panels of the bag are going to be used in another project I'm starting, a sew-along project with Roxy Creations, a stitching project. So that we're going to do a snippet roll, 6-month snippet roll there, and they're perfect for that. So those are ready. And then the front and back panels, the main panels of the shopping bag, I've been able to die cut and create the pages, well, the outer cover in completely for the journal. So I've got lots of embellishments on the front, and these are all fabric, and I've actually stitched over, and I can't remember the lady's name, and she's one of my favorite people, one of my favorite designers, and I will pop her name down underneath because she is amazing, and she does all these incredible textiles, vintage designs. So I've got stamps, I've got adverts, I've got photographs. I mean, look at that on fabric, it's brilliant. And this gorgeous butterfly that I've just stitched over a little bit with some threads that I found, oddments of silk threads, just enough to do a little hint. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, just a little around the edges and a little on the body. It's just giving a little bit of texture. I could even add on to it. The problem I've got at the moment with sewing is knowing where to stop, basically. So I've got a few running stitches going through. I've got buttons added everywhere. I've got sari silks going up the spine, lots of lace, again buttons. You can see a little bit of the canvas there. I basically sandwiched a piece of sari silk between the two pieces of canvas so it's hidden. And then on the inside, I cut out 2 lots of the covers, so I did a complete one on the outside and stitched that together by machine. Then I worked on that one. Then I did exactly the same again for the inside of the cover. So I worked on that one, and then when I sewed them both together, all the gubbins are hidden. It's all hidden inside. So let me take you through, because I've waffled too long. So in the front of the cover, I have a little bag with all my little leftover bits and pieces. I've got lots of alphabets, numbers. I've got some tabs in there, all ready to use and be added into the journal. I've used the pocket in calico again, canvas calico. I've cut it out and I've stitched onto it. First of all, I added on the embellishments and stitched on, and then I flipped it and stitched the bottom of the pocket onto the inside cover of the journal. Then I closed it and then very carefully stitched as close as I could to the edge on the machine so that I'd got a full pocket. So my stash is in there of all my leftover bits and pieces ready to add in. Are we in camera? Yes, there we go. Try and keep the light on it. So we've got the library card pocket at the front, and I've used one of Eileen's stamps from a previous release with the library card on. So perfect, absolutely perfect. I've used the numbers to create the year, and these papers, these were an old collection of papers. Gosh, I used to demonstrate Kaiser craft papers, and I've not done that for many years. So these quite old, I think it was called something like Indigo Skies, something like that. And they're beautiful, really nice colours and nice sentiments. So we've made lots of pockets. This is the embossing folder, and I've used a brown paper, embossed it, and then I've braided Snowflake, Paper Arts' Snowflake. is it called snowflake? Yes. Over the top, just to give it, you know, to pick up the detail. And I've got a piece of the alphabet die in here. I don't know whether to call it a positive or negative, because for me it's both. And I love the way that these are tearable and you get that gorgeous finish down the edge. So, you know, they can be as neat or as messy as you are, basically. I've added stamping throughout the journal with some of Eileen's stamps, and these are the little tabs. Now, I did do a boo-boo, and a couple of times I have actually managed to glue 2 pages together with the tab. So there were a couple of them that I had to very carefully go back and snip through. So please be careful when you're adding your tabs onto the pages. So I've just decorated the pages, relaxed, had good fun. I cut the pages to, oh, I've lost my little notes. They are 20 centimeters long by 15 that way. Let me just double check that for you. I can tell you with my trusty old ruler. So 15, and of course they were doubled over, so yes, 10 to the middle, so 15 centimeters by 20 centimeters, and then they are folded. I've got 3 signatures in here, so it's a little chunky monkey. And as you can see, I haven't stitched down the spine because I wanted it to have a little bit of movement. I didn't want it to be taut inside. So there we go. And there are 7 or 8 pages in each signature. The signatures, I can show you while I'm here, are actually sewn into the inside of the journal before it's all stitched together. That was a bit of a fiddle, but it was well worth it. They are in there. So again, oh gosh, these papers are so pretty. I'm surprised I had any left, but this literally was the end. This was the end of them, so they're all gone now. There's just those few little bits and pieces in the front pocket. So I've made little side pockets to coordinate with bits and pieces in. We've got spaces to write in here or to add photographs, and you can pop dates and names using the alphabet and the numbers. You can write details on the back of the library cards. Photo on one side, details hidden away if you want to do some hidden journaling. Doodle in your journals. This could be your record of the stitches that you've used on the outside. Maybe you're starting a new hobby in the new year. Maybe you want to make it from junk. Maybe you want to make a true junk journal, and you're going to recycle Christmas cards, envelopes. I save stamps off things because I like to add those into projects. Maybe you're going to go through and look at what shopping bags, what needs new handles. Can you use the rest of that shopping bag? Don't forget, with the big dies, the steel rule dies, you can cut through all sorts. You can cut through canvas, leather, some of the plastics that are out there. There are faux leathers. You know, we have shopping bags made of faux leather. Hessian, or burlap as it's known, I think, in the States. Lots of choices. I mean, you could make this into a mixed media journal to work in, so you could have fabric pages inside. The options are endless with this one. It's a great one, and I've got lots of ideas in my head, so I'm already cracking on with the next one. But I thought I'd give you a little flick through with this one. It's the one I created for the release of the dies. So there isn't a tutorial for this one. That's why I thought I'll give you a quicker overview of it. And then I'll be back later in the month with a full tutorial for whatever I get up to next. So yeah, thanks for bearing with me and coming over and saying hi. So happy new year. We'd love to see what you get up to, your creations, so hop on over to Eileen's Facebook group, and I will see you soon. Bye.